Hi everyone, this is Allison from Happily Homeless is Moonstruck, live from the opera camp outside of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, up in the Ozarks. And it's a quiet time of evening right now. And it's been a quiet day, and it's been a quiet few days. The students, the singers, and the pardon me while I watch a wasp, make sure it doesn't get too close. The singers and the orchestra and the staff all left Saturday. Most of them were gone by noontime, and so it's been very quiet since then and very much slowed down. The kids' camp came in for a music camp. They're a different organization that just rents out the space. And but probably all told with staff, there's only maybe, God, not even 50 people here, along with the remaining staff of Opera of the Ozarks. So it's been super, super quiet. And things have slowed down as far as my responsibilities. I'm still taking care of the, lawn, the yards and the lawns and everything else, the grass, but it's gotten so hot that the summer has killed off a lot of the grass. The heat has, and it's just not growing very much, and a lot of it's turning brown. So I'm trying to keep the flowers alive, at least for a little while more, but it has slowed down a lot. And what's going to be happening is that I will be, hi Lisa, back from your trip. I'm slowly starting to do things to prepare for closing up Opera in the Ozarks. Hi Marta. Putting away the folding chairs, putting those away for the next 9 months. There's a lot to be done, so I was thinking that it would slow down a little bit, but I'll probably actually just have these few days, and there's another kids camp next week that'll be all about music. This week is vocals, and next week is music. And we have up to 2 weeks to close everything down, and I suspect in those weeks it's going to be some pretty busy days because there's a lot to lock down and find a place for before we close it up for the season. So this is the fascinating part that is total irony. I've been asked by many of the people to return next year, to take this position again next year. And the total irony of all of that is that I think I might. What my answer has been to them, what my response has been, that if I'm not rich and famous, then I will absolutely give it some consideration. And it's the total dichotomy of life, again, as so much is, and as so much has been since Chuck died. This place has been physically demanding, the job has, and the surroundings have been, with being in the woods in this rural and not real close to town or anything, and just physically demanding. I did shit this year that I never thought I'd do, and it was all of that, the bugs and the snakes and the critters and everything that you've heard me talk about. There's all of that, and yet I listened to opera. I learned a little bit about opera. I know a fingernail's width. I don't know much. I know enough just to be dangerous, maybe, and to sound like I know what I'm talking about with people who have no idea what opera is. But with me, most especially since Chuck died, it's always been about the people I meet rather than the place, my physical surroundings. And in these few days since all of the singers left and the orchestra, I'm just coming to some realizations and awareness of what this summer has been. While I have time to think about it, I guess maybe is more to the point. And this has absolutely really been a magical experience. I saw, I guess it just kind of jump-started my creativity. I mean, there's all this theater around, all this theater and costumes and sparkly makeup and all of these things, and so it really did jumpstart my creativity. that part was magical, and just the people I meet. And there's been some of the students, I exchanged email addresses with them, and they've been emailing me since they got home and letting me know that they arrived safely home or whatever their next destination was. And, just checking in with me, and I know they're following my Happily Homeless' Moonstruck Facebook page here, and, my writings and stuff like that. Like, I made some really great connections this summer. And so there's the first part of all of it really being challenging, and the second part of all of it being really magical. So I actually could see myself coming back here again next year. The feeling of family that was kind of felt like it was created with other staff members, that only strengthened during my time here, and it really did feel like a family. I guess maybe it's akin to being on a desert island. When your boat has sunk or something, or your plane has crashed, and there's an intimacy, an emotional intimacy that gets established, and I very much found that here. Along with all the frustrations and everything that always happens, when people from diverse backgrounds and personalities come together in one place to perform stuff like this, like they did. But it's been worth it. It has been worth it. And so, yeah, you'll be able to hear me maybe next year talk again about all of the bugs and the critters and the snakes. And so there's that part. And I don't know that anything else has really gone on. I'm going to get my partial put in the next 2 days for my fake tooth up here. And that's just ordinary shit. So there's more that's gone on, more realizations that are going on in me about this odyssey of love, and the depths of it and the intensity of it has really deepened. It's really deepened in me. And I know more than ever that I am on the right track, and that I need to continue doing this. And I need to continue driving. I need to continue keeping my trailer and my pink car out there where it can be seen. And there's some deep realizations that or deep awarenesses that have come to me in the past few days also, and I haven't even formulated anything in my own head about it, so to really be able to speak about it clearly. So I won't right now, but it's almost as if the challenge of this experience became a spiritual awakening. I guess maybe that's the best way that I can express it. God, who knew in the fucking Ozarks? So anyways, yeah. And I've just been kind of thinking about that kind of stuff. There's a lot on my mind. I need to write my blog tonight for Widow's Voice, and I'll probably delve into some of that. But I just wanted to check in with some of you, and since I hadn't done a live feed for at least a week, I guess. And I guess I'm just kind of marinating right now. That's a good way to describe it. Just marinating all of the things that happened to me. So I will check in with you again, and I hope everyone's doing okay wherever you are. And Lisa, I think it's amazing that you had the summer that you did. There's something to be said about being out on the road. Jack Kerouac said it a long time ago, and it's kind of the American way, right? To that view of the open road. So I'll be seeing that again before too long, as I head north and then west. So in the meanwhile, all my other projects are still, I'm sorry about that. I'm still working on them, and I will, and I'll get you updated on those. Also, probably, hopefully, in the next week. Lots of projects going on, lots of stuff swirling around in my head, and ideas, and making the ideas, putting them down on paper and making them into a plan. So I will check in again with you soon, and Just have a lovely evening wherever you are, and sweet dreams to everybody. Ti amo.